There is something major coming for interior design in 2026. The biggest trend of the year is that we're actually done with trends. And honestly, it's about time. The trend cycle is finally slowing down. We're done with fast decor, panic decorating, or making everything match perfectly. So if you're sick of chasing trends and you're just looking for some solid advice on how to make your home feel like you, 2026 may be your year. We're moving towards homes that feel personal, meaningful, and actually lived in. If you're new here, hi, I'm Ash Person. I'm an interior decorator and I run the Personal Edit. Our whole ethos is about making spaces feel like you. So these 2026 trends are so on brand and I cannot be more excited to see them coming down the pipeline. Today, I'm walking you through the top 5 design trends coming for 2026. And all of them boil down to one general theme: slow, intentional design. So if you're ready for a home that tells your story and not the algorithms, let's get into it. Slow design is exactly what it sounds like. It's design that takes time. It's the opposite of the one cart, one day, one room makeover. Instead, it's about letting your home grow with you. Pieces are collected and not rushed. Rooms evolve, they're not copy pasted. And the end result then is this home that actually reflects you and not the current Pottery Barn catalog. Although I still do love a catalog. But don't confuse slow with boring. Slow design is soulful, warm, and incredibly personal. It truly is the antidote to trend chasing, which leads us to our first trend. Personal design is all about bringing things into your home or styling in your home with things that have meaning to you. And not because they're trending, a catalog told you to buy it, or it was a matching set. It's your dad's old photo, a bizarre ceramic you found in a council cleanup pile. I literally did this. Or the rug that you insisted on bringing home from a travel because you just knew you had to have it. It truly is the anti-catalog home. Instead of mass-produced, everyone has it, will be on your doorstep in 24 hours. We're choosing the slow path, the curated path, which is actually way easier than you think. It takes the stress off trying to understand trends, match things together, and you can just lead with your gut and bring things into your home that you truly love. These can be thrifted finds, family heirlooms, handmade pieces, trinkets you find in your travels, upcycled pieces, or even in my case, a vase that was someone's trash. The magic of personal design is that everything that you bring in your home, you do with intention. It sparks something, it means something, and it's you. In 2026, perfection is out, thank goodness, because none of us were winning that game anyway. Interiors are all full of human touch. Furniture with dings, art that maybe is not perfectly straight, worn timber, patina, lace curtains from an op shop instead of buying some off Amazon. The key when thrift shopping or sourcing items for your home is to look for quality. Pick things up, touch them. You'll be surprised how quickly you'll start to recognize quality. Look for things like marble, crystal, linen, wood. Your senses know what's real. So pick things up, touch them, feel them. And honestly, our grandmas were actually really good at this. They built homes slowly with real materials and they built to last. So maybe shop grandma's house and see what you can find. I bet you she has a vase, a photo frame, or something that's probably looking for a second life. I actually did this with a few things here. Grandma's house, grandma's house. And there are things that I brought into our new home that I absolutely love. We want homes that feel lived in and not where you're afraid to put your glass down. Slow design is about character, about fingerprints, and about life. So biophilic design has technically been a thing for quite a few years. In 2026, we're taking it to a place that's much softer, calmer, and honestly much more meaningful. Now, this isn't the old put a plant in the corner and call it a day. It's all about inviting nature into your home in a way that actually makes you feel better. And all of this starts with the understanding that we are wired, literally biologically, to feel calmer and more grounded in nature. So in a world that's speeding up every 5 minutes, our homes are really becoming a place of refuge where we're able to calm down and get grounded. And what this looks like in practice is surprisingly simple. It's letting real sunlight flood into your room instead of blocking it out. It's opening a window so you can hear the birds and get some fresh air into your space. It's choosing materials that you actually want to touch. Stone that feels cool and grounding. Timber that's warm to the touch. Linen that gets softer every single time you wash it. And then there's also the subtle stuff, the shapes, the colors, the patterns that like whisper nature without being so literal. Think of the way that leaves have like soft repeating forms. Think of the beautiful and imperfect shapes that come from river rock stones. Even the colors that we're really drawn to right now, think the the greens, the blues, the ochres. They all echo nature in a really soft way. And truly, you don't even register it at first. It just feels good. But my favorite part of biophilic design is the spatial feeling that you get. Rooms that feel like a refuge, or those spots where you can curl in, tuck up, and just decompress for the day. And then the opposite, spaces that have open sight lines. Your eye can wander like you're in an open field or looking over some water. It's the psychology of nature translated into your living room. And here is why this trend is exploding in 2026, and it is not about the aesthetics. It's about wellness. Homes that weave nature in their design reduce stress, boost creativity, help you sleep better, and overall just make you feel more restored. They feel alive in a way that's subtle, but really powerful. So when I say biophilic design is having a moment, I don't mean you're gonna toss it out next year. It's becoming essential. It is the ultimate form of slow design because nature does not rush, and neither should we. Color is shifting in such a beautiful way in 2026. We are still loving color, thank goodness, but it's becoming softer, richer, and more grounded. Think muted maroons, soft ochres, rich navy, earthy olive greens, and warm buttery yellows. You really see this in the color of the year predictions that are coming out right now as well. Glidden went bold with a warm mahogany, which is a red terracotta moment. C2 chose Epernay as the perfect like champagne buttered neutral color. It's a really great choice if you want to dip your toe into color, but you're not quite ready for full saturation. Now, Pantone, which is kind of the leader of all these color predictions, as of this filming have not come out with their 2026 color of the year. However, with our obsession with blues and greens at the moment, many are saying, which I tend to agree, that it's probably going to be some sort of teal color. We haven't seen one of those yet. So if the color prediction has come out when you're watching this video, let me know below if it ends up being a blue-green color. But either way, we're moving away from stark cold grays and bright dopamine colors. 2026 is color confident but quiet. She's vibrant, but she's not loud. She's warm, timeless, and cozy, like the color version of a long exhale. And now, pattern, my personal love language. Now, 2026 pattern isn't bold for the sake of being bold. It's not maximalist chaos or plastery patterns on every surface. It's pattern with history, pattern with soul, pattern with a story. Slow pattern looks like stitched quilts, vintage florals, heritage stripes and checks, paisley, tartan, and ticking stripes. Textiles that really feel like they've lived a life. I recently thrifted 2 pairs of curtains for my girls' rooms, and I love the way that they added some life to this really stark white box of a new build that we have. So I've personally seen this trend in action. So instead of chasing whatever pattern is trending at the moment, 2026 is really asking you what that pattern means to you. These prints, they're emotional, they're rooted, and they're human. And they mix beautifully because they share that emotion and not necessarily just a color rule. Slow pattern is like decorating with memories, not algorithms. So 2026 design, it's not here to rush you. It's here to invite you home, to build slowly, choose intentionally, and to create spaces that feel meaningful. Not finished, not perfect, just beautifully and authentically you. So if you are feeling really tired of fast decor and you're really yearning for something that feels personal, 2026 may be your year. So let's let our homes take time. Let's let them grow with us. And let's let the things that we unabashedly love become the foundation of our spaces. I really hope you enjoyed this dive into the 2026 trends. They're a little different than what I've been seeing out there on YouTube at the moment. So I hope they resonated. And if you enjoyed this video, I would love to have you in our little community. So hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.